most forex traders mark the market structure in the wrong way, and that's why majority of them lose money. So I'm going to show you guys how I mark my market structure and how I avoid too many losses. So now let's jump into the video. So this is going to be the first video of my series, alright? So ensure to subscribe, and now let's jump into the chart. No more talk. Alright guys, so you are welcome to my YouTube channel. This channel, I'm going to teach you guys how I trade the forex market. But I just newly built my strategy, my system that I'm using in the forex market. So first of all, I'm going to show you guys the diagram and the theory on how I trade. Alright, so what do I use to trade the forex market? The way I used to trade the forex market is simply key levels, higher time frame key levels, and then I look for my setup, then I enter the trade and I exit the trade. But what is the narration behind my strategy? The narration behind my strategy is simply liquidity. You know that the market always wants liquidity and always take liquidity above highs and below lows. That's how the market operates. Alright, so what is the idea on how I trade? All I look for in the market is a valid break of structure. Alright, like I said, valid break of structure. So that break of structure have a key level for me to mark. After I mark out the key level, price come to the key level, I look for my setup, I enter the setup and exit the setup. Alright, so before marking any strategy, before using any strategy, you need to learn how to mark market structure. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to mark market structure, the basic and the advanced, and to the pro. Alright, so this is it. So the market moves in 3 dimensions, alright, or it moves in 3 ways: uptrend, the downtrend, and in the ranging market. I know that majority of people know this, so let me just show you guys an example of it. This is an uptrend. So this is simply a particular way or a specific way where the market moves. So the market moves in an uptrend. So an uptrend is simply why the market is going up is simply that the currency is gaining strength. Alright, so this will cause the market to move if the particular currency is gaining strength. Alright, so a lot of traders tends to look for buy in this kind of market or in this kind of trend. Alright, so the second trend we have is simply the bearish market or the downtrend. This is simply when price is going to the opposite direction. Alright, this is simply where the price is going to the opposite direction. So if price is dropping, this tends to call a bearish market, means the currency is losing strength. So that is simply a downtrend. Alright, so now this is simply a brief explanation on how the market moves. Right, the uptrend, the downtrend, and the next is simply the ranging market. Alright, so this is a ranging market. So in this kind of market, the price is neither going up nor going down, so it's just ranging. Sometimes we call it consolidation. This is called accumulation, consolidation, or ranging market. So that is simply a ranging market. So in this kind of scenario, the market is indecisive, not knowing where to go. So this can cause the market to like break out to the upside or drop to the downside. Alright, so this is simply how the forex market moves. These are 3 ways. So is it only this thing you need to know when it comes to market structure? No, that is simply the basic when it comes to market structure. So this is the advanced when it comes to market structure. Alright, so when the market is moving in an uptrend, the market always breaks structure. Alright, so this is an example of a break of structure. It will drop a little bit, break the structure again, drop, break the structure. Alright, so anytime price drop to break the structure on the downside, it tends to call that a pullback. Alright, so this little thing you're seeing right here, this little drop in an uptrend, is called a pullback. So as a newbie, I know anytime you see the market going to a particular direction, you want to sell or you want to buy. Let's say this is an uptrend and you are seeing this pullback, this pullback, this pullback. You see that it's dropping. You will be initiated or you want to sell because you see that the price is already dropping. So this is kind of like a manipulation on its own. But as an advanced trader, if you already understand market structure, this is a pullback. So when market make a pullback and break this structure, it's simply called a break of structure. All right. So when market pull back and break this, is simply called a break of structure. All right. So this is another example. This is also called a break of structure. So this is also called a break of structure. So when market pulls back and breaks the recent high, so that is a break of structure. So now you know what is a pullback. So now you know how to mark out the break of structure. All right. So this is simply the advance. All right. So when markets pull back, break this high, then come to break this low again. All right. This one is called a change of character. This is called a change of character, or you call it MSS. So I normally call it MSS. So this is a change of character, or MSS. Some call it change the state of delivery. All right. So this is simply the how you mark market structure on a bullish market. All right. So this is the basic. This is the basic when it comes to trend and how the market moves. All right. So now let me show you for a bearish scenario like this. All right. It's also the same thing. Market will give you pullback to break again, give another pullback to break again, give another pullback to break again. All right. So this is simply when the market is dropping or in a downtrend. All right. So like I said, here is a break of structure. All right. So here's a break of structure. And also here is another break of structure. And here is a break of structure. Here is a break of structure. And also this level right here is also a break of structure. Alright. So this is simply how the market moves when it's dropping. So every other minor bullish you're seeing here, or minor strength that the market is having, or like market is going up, any upward movement you're seeing right here is simply a pullback. Alright, because the overall trend is bearish and market is doing as if it's going higher again, but this is false. We tend to call this a pullback. So this is simply a pullback. Alright, so what you are seeing here is actually a pullback. So this is a break, this is a pullback, this is a break, this is a pullback, this is a break, this is a pullback. The market's come dropping down and going up again doesn't mean you should buy. Because if you buy, this is just like a little lesson to learn. It's not anything, just so little. If you like learn a lesson, yeah, there's a lot to learn. Alright. So just avoid this mistake. Don't just trade with the candlestick there. The candlestick is moving high and if you need to buy, no. So that is simply 3 ways. This is an advanced way the market moves. First of all, they'll tell you an uptrend, and this is simply how you mark the trend. So what is a break of structure? A break of the formula of BOS is simply a break of structure. So you mark this place. You mark this place as a BOS. So you mark this place as a BOS. Then you also mark here as a BOS too. So that's a break of structure. So this is simply when the market is dropping and moving to the downside. Alright, so let me zoom it so you see. Then another method is when market break this high. Alright, so this is simply a MSS, simply called a market structure shift. Alright, so this is simply the basic. Alright, this is what majority of traders knows this. And if you don't know it, just put it in your brain right now so you have know how to mark out market structure. So just keep watching this video, come again and go and practice it on your favorite pair. Alright, so this is simply how the market moves. Alright, so this is not enough reason for you to take a trade. Means when price is breaking to the downside, you don't just sell like because price break to the downside and you believe it's going to drop. Alright, because there's something called SL and there's something called TP. Alright, so TP is where you are targeting for price to get to for you to take your profit. SL is where price will get to and take the money you risk for the trade. Alright, so if you just trade the market structure with no entry and exit strategy, you are simply going to be the liquidity for the market. All right. So that is simply how the market moves, but this alone is not enough. All right. Majority of traders just use this alone with demand and supply, and they normally some are successful with it. But this strategy, I've built it in a way that you have to use key levels and wait for your setup. So that is an extra confirmation for you to enter for the trade. So you see, this is kind of like simple, but just kind of try and practice it. This is a theory, all right. So the next thing I'm going to show you now is the pro. What I mean by pro is like this one is more than advanced, and this one deals with liquidity. All right. So let me show you guys how I mark a market structure. Because simply, I don't trade trends. I don't trade markets when it's bullish. I don't trade when it's bearish. All I just want to see is either a break of structure or a change of character. So now let me show you guys. I'll show you guys an uptrend and advanced market structure and how to market. This one I'm about to show you guys is how I trade the forex market. Alright, so this video is going to be in a playlist, but this is going to be the first video ever in the playlist. Why? Simply because I'm showing you guys how I trade my strategy. Alright, so this is simply going to be the first video on the playlist. So this video is simply how I trade market structure and nothing else. Alright, so my next 4 videos, I'm going to show my entry, my exits, how I spot liquidity, how I where I target as my take profit, how I manage my risk, and also how I manage my trade. Alright, so that's simply what I'm going to be doing video about in this playlist. Alright, so this is simply me building my strategy. I'm going to be testing it on ProFirm's account live. I'm going to be trading it and you'll be seeing it. Alright, so now how do I trade? How do I mark my key levels? So there are 2 things I do, or let me say there are 3 things I do when marking the key levels. Alright, so let me give you the narration behind it. Alright, you know that liquidity is always above highs and below lows. Let me give you an example. Alright, so if you're a newbie, you just have to experience it. But if you're already an experienced trader or a struggling trader, already a profitable trader, this channel is made for all traders. Alright, you know that markets will always take out this high and take out this low. Alright, so those 2 plays are the liquidity. Alright, so markets will take out the liquidity above highs and also take out the liquidity below lows. Alright, so these 2 things you are seeing right here is the liquidity of the market. So every other thing that is happening in this range before price take it out is simply let me say the smart money preparing their position on how they are going to take out these highs and how they are going to take out the lows. Let me come again. Anything that is happening in this range is simply the smart money preparing their position on how they are going to take out these highs here, and how they are going to take out this low. Alright, so let's say, for example, let me use this as an example. So let me use this high as an example and this low. We all know that this is a pullback. Alright, so market have break this high again. Alright, so that is going to be our break of structure. So what is assured to traders, or what is assured to most traders, what is assured to you, and what do you know, what do you have to keep in mind is simply price will either come to take out this low or take out this high. It's 100% guaranteed. But this thing is now putting you in a kind of guessing scenario. Where is price going to take out? Okay, let me guess here or here. But any other thing that is happening in this range is simply the smart money preparing where to target. So in this level, they might create a trend like this that is clear to majority of traders, and majority of traders in lower time frame, they'll see that this is a bearish market. Alright, so they'll be waiting to take trade. They'll be waiting to take sell from here, because on the lower time frame they see it as a bearish market. They're waiting to take sales from here, from all this level. So what are the things that the smart money will do? They will simply come and take out this price. So what is that telling me? Means liquidity has been taken out. A lot of traders stop loss are being hit. Alright, so markets have, or the market makers or the hedge funds, institutional traders, are finally find where to take the market. So means the market is going to go bullish. Alright, so in most cases this is already a key level. Alright, So the market have made a decision to take it. All right. So they have finally manipulated the market. So what's next thing? So what am I going to do? If I see this break of structure, so for me to mark this as a break of structure on the higher time frame, this is going to be my break of structure. So I'll be ready to start taking trades. Why? It's simply because the market makers are finally take out the liquidity, and now it's like the market is free from majority of traders. Like what I mean is that majority of traders enter trade at the same times, all right, because they are eager to trade every single time. So when they hit stop loss, they tend to avoid the market sometimes, while some tend to force trade. All right, so all of these things happen in this range. All right, so price has finally broke the high. All right, so this is now my break of structure, and this is how I mark out a valid break of structure. This must always be on the higher time frame. All right, so like on the 1 hour time frame or the daily time frame, monthly time frame, I'll mark this as my higher time frame key level. So for me, I already know that this is a break of structure, so I'll just delete this, then I'll mark out the higher time frame key level. All right, so on the lower time frame, I'll be looking out for my setup and how I'm going to be taking this trade. All right, so that's simply how I mark out my break of structure. I don't trade trends. This is simply how I mark out my key levels and my break of structure. So here is going to be my key levels, and here is going to be my key level. So every other pullback before market maker is they are going to be my key level. Let's say there's a pullback here, so that's going to be my key level. So I'm just waiting for price to do. So price to come to my key level, then I'll either buy the price or either set the price based on the setup. So if you understand, this is simply how I mark out the higher time frame key level. All right, so that is how I get my valid break of structure. And after getting my break of structure, then I tend to know what to do next. All right, so this is also for the vice versa for a sell position. So I want to see price break this high, then come and give me something like this manipulation. Take out all the trader stop loss. All right, take their stop, then come again and break this level. All right, so after price take out this stop loss, break structure, and I want to see price break that low. All right, so this will not be my valid change of character. Like I said, this is a key level. All right, that is a key level. Let me mark it as an MSS first. Then I know that this is already an MSS, so I'm not a newbie. I already know it. So I'll just mark that as my key level. I'll be expecting buys from this level, alright? Because the liquidity in this place, because some trader will call you protected low. So as the liquidity is being taken, I'll be expecting buys, and this will be the level I'll be expecting sell from. And every other pullback before price break this low is going to be a key level also. So this is simply how I trade the first market, or I mark out my market structure. So I just mark this structure and wait for my setup. So in my next video, I'm going to show you guys how my setup look like, and I'm going to show you guys how I scale to the lower time frame to look for trends, and also my setup and how I take my trade and the exits. Right. So remember, this is a playlist, and this is simply how I mark out my market structure.